All right, welcome back to episode 7 of Scripture and Superset. Today we are doing a lower body movement, focusing on the Bosu ball, single leg, single arm RDL, and the lateral step over on the bench, 18 inches. If you got a 20-inch box, that works as well with the same kettlebell. This is a great accessory movement to add to the end of your leg day, and we want to do 3 sets of 10 each movement. So the Bosu ball movement, we're going to go grab the kettlebell, opposite arm, so left arm is going to hold the load, right leg stepping center on the ball. From here, getting to parallel, keeping that leg semi-bent, focusing on hamstring all the way through, 10 each side. All right, so now we're going to go in this step-up movement. So it's going to be a lateral step-up, and we want to do one leg at a time. We're going to be holding the kettlebell opposite arm. Yes. Let me stepping on here. Same thing, left arm has the weight, right leg is doing all the reps. You got 10. Try not to push off with your off leg. Try to let your right leg do all the work. All right. Okay, for this week in our scripture, we are in Joshua, the Old Testament, chapter 1, verse 9. But first I want to get a little bit into the book of Joshua and his chronological history. So the book was written in about 1406, and it's not sure if he wrote it or if a multitude of people wrote it, but it recounts Israel's conquest of the land of Canaan under Joshua's command. And Joshua was a spiritual and military leader of Israel. He accompanied Moses part of the way up the Mount of Sinai and also assisted him at the tent meeting. And he was one of the 12 spies sent to explore the land of Canaan. So Joshua is basically the successor of Moses when Moses passed. Okay? And in this scripture, God talks to Joshua in a sense of motivating him to take this role of leadership. So he's apprehensive to take this role of leadership, to fill Moses' shoes, which is some big shoes to fill, and he's afraid. So he's doubting himself already. And generally, see, when we start getting into these scriptures and you start applying it to real life, you can see the parallels every time in every scripture on how when someone is actually has the opportunity to take on something bigger than themselves and also take on something new, most of the time people feel apprehensive and afraid. They feel like they're not ready. And sometimes they're not ready. And so that's the challenge as well too, is like, are you going to be ready when the opportunity presents itself? And so what are you doing up until that time? Are you staying disciplined? Are you staying consistent? Are you reading? Are you writing? Are you exercising? Are you eating right? These are the things, are you focusing on what you're trying to build your value in for, whether it's your career, obviously your family, relationships? Are you focusing on those things? Or are you just letting them kind of do their own thing? Are you just letting it happen? Okay, so if you just leave it alone, we all know the story that it's not going to happen. It's actually going to get worse. So this chapter is basically God telling Joshua, like, listen, I've told you this before. Do not be afraid. I'm with you, and I'll always be with you, and you will be able to accomplish anything through Jesus, or not Jesus, sorry, through God. So Jesus is not here yet, obviously. So it accounts, just going to jump right to 9. So actually I'll read 8. So this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. So that right there is basically God is telling him, prepare yourself. Read the book, read the principles, read the law, and study it day and night. Okay? So that you can live by it, so it just becomes second nature to you. And a lot of us are just not doing this. And so, and then he says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. This chapter is great. It's very simple, but it's basically designed to let you know that God is going to be with you wherever you go. And that's what God's telling Joshua. And it's for us to use in every scenario where you feel doubt and fear. And also, if you feel like you're not ready, then you got to obviously prepare yourself and make sure that you're ready for your opportunity of what path you're taking. Okay, that's following the principles of the Bible. And with that, you can accomplish most things. And I want to apply that to working out. So a lot of times, recent studies, and we'll get into some of this stuff here with research of the number of people that don't exercise because of a fear-based or delayed gratification, mindset, where they just don't, they want that instant gratification, and they can't see the return of exercising, and also the fear of not knowing how to exercise or fearing that they're going to get hurt. Okay, so these are a lot of things that deter people from doing, obviously, exercise, and other things of maybe feeling like they're not going to understand, or they're going to be judged for not knowing enough. Well, at the end of the day, it's like your health is paramount. Whatever you're trying to do for your career is your path. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And if you apply that, you can stay focused and stay disciplined and achieve what you are set out to achieve. Okay, and then fitness is a great foundation to that. Obviously, it starts with God, and then with fitness, it exercises your discipline to read the Bible, to spend time with family, to focus on your career, building your value. Fitness is such a great way where it's, you can be alone with God, you could be with some friends, and you can focus on prayer, your body, and getting your mind right for whatever life throws at you. And so I challenge you, those that are just apprehensive of working out, I promise you, if you try working out and stick to it for 30 days, you will experience such a change in your life that it'll bring you to build new habits. It'll allow you to build more discipline, which you can apply to, reading the Bible, doing extra schoolwork, doing extra, going above and beyond your career because you can. Okay, doing what you know is right. Everything that you touch, do it with all your might. Everything your hand touches, do it with all your might. And this Bible verse just hits that dead on and lets people understand that God is there. So thanks for joining us on this week 7 of our Scripture and Superset, and we'll see you next time.